Particular president. Joining me right now is New Jersey Republican Congressman Leonard Lance. Congressman, what's it like? I mean, when you get up in the morning, you realize this guy's tweeted something that he's going to a lot of their players, the owners, and everyone else, and you are on the sidelines, but you're identified with him.
I think he has had his best weeks when he's been concentrating on policy. For example, on the hurricane matter and on funding the government, where he made the agreement with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, and Republicans voted for that. I voted for that. And I hope when he visits Puerto Rico on Tuesday, he can indicate his position that he's trying to help the people in Puerto Rico. That's where he's at his best, Chris.
What do you make of his going after people like McCain? I mean, it's a thin majority the Republicans have in the Senate. It's only 2 votes extra, 2 votes to spare. And there's going to almost always be 2. I mean, even a Democrat, I don't know any party that's that united. There's always going to be 2 or 3 people off. You can't count on passing something with 52 votes. Isn't that his biggest mistake? Thinking 52 votes means I run this place.
I don't really think we should pass major legislation based upon reconciliation. I think we should govern from
50 votes,
the center out, 50 votes with the vice president.
You should have to go for 60, yeah.
Yes, and I don't really like the filibuster, but I do believe in bipartisan cooperation, moving from the center out. I'm a member of what's known as the Problem Solvers Caucus, half Republicans, half Democrats, and we have a proposal on health care reform, and I hope that the White House might look at it.
Is your group out to fix Obamacare or get rid of it?
It's to make sure that we can move forward in a bipartisan capacity, and repeal and replace can be considered reform.
What about the cultural thing? The Republican Party has had its problems on the racial front with the Southern strategy. Nixon played that card. Other presidents have played it, I've noticed. Trump seems to be delighting in it. It doesn't seem to bother him at all that the racial divide he's on one side, and a lot of the African-American people in this country see him as the enemy because of it. And liberals do, too.
The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. I identify myself as an Eisenhower Republican. Yeah. I have to try to make sure that everybody is included in our society. I might not agree with some on particular issues, but I do think that it's the responsibility.
But what happened to that? Trump's out there calling Mexicans rapists, calling the last president, an illegal immigrant. I mean, he's not exactly showing a lot of racial harmony, this guy.
On the recent racial issues, perhaps he ought to have a beer summit the way President Obama had a beer summit. I thought that was a good idea.
With who?
Perhaps with some of the football players.
Yeah. That might be interesting. Well, you've made a proposal. Let's see what happens. Thank you. U.S. Congressman Leonard Lance of New Jersey. Up next, Alabama Republican.